Okay, let's risk playing another game of rapid chess on lichess, but I'm getting towards the end of rapid chess, I think, now. 1674, good luck. Right, 5,000 games for my opponent, that's very good. But I don't think I'll be doing rapid chess for much longer. I don't think it's for me anymore. This or this. Right, so we can take our pawn back here. Knight up is normal, and then g3. I place pawn forward straight away. I think g3 is still a move here. Just to develop and threaten to take the knight, but knight in is a bit of a potential issue. But knight up first, and you can force an endgame with queen d5 before my bishop develops. So he's played forward, so why can't we just actually take that? Am I missing a trick here? Am I missing a trick here? Takes here. I think I'm safe to castle first, because the pawn's still loose anyway. But take... He doesn't have to play knight takes, he could play knight like this. So if I take now, knight here, then I drop back. I think I'm fine just to take there, so I'm going to take it. Okay, he's just castled. It's really tempting to take and double his pawns up. We just have to then watch out for queen down and knight back. So just as a precaution, I'm going to drop back. But it's probably actually good to take there, but it is risky. Not without risk. So let's play our knight forward. Just watch out for attacks to the queen. And there's the first one. So let's just calmly drop back. Actually, I could go here and hit the queen. But no, it's got to be right just to drop back, I think. Okay, he comes forward, so I'm going to launch the pawn in the middle. Okay, he goes back. The pawn is loose. I can push, I can guard. Bishop up, knight takes feels like a mistake. Queen up might be a move. d5 is probably the very natural move, and it does allow the knight back, but then I can still get forward. Let's just go d5. Maybe queen back if he comes in. Okay, let's come back, hit the knight. Okay, knight gone back. He's a lot of maneuvering, isn't he? But it just allows us to get development. We're just pushing forward, trying to develop our pieces, our pawns. Bishop up is now a move, or it's really now a move. Threatening to take the knight. I don't see where the knight comfortably runs to. So let's just develop our bishop as well then. Then maybe rook across at some point. He's played bishop down to guard, so that's probably a good move. Yeah, let's just play our rook across to guard our knight. I don't think he'll take, but he could. So he's played knight across. So his f4 move here. And if he takes, we take back. It's a little bit committal, but it feels like a nice move. Our bishop could obviously get trapped, but we're threatening to take if his bishop drops back, or even play e5. If he takes here, we can take. If he attacks... Yeah, that's guarded. If he attacks, we can just simply take. What I was trying to say. So now I assume we just want to move like queen across or queen up just to pressure the pawn. If I go here, I'm threatening up to hit this one, even though it allows this. So that feels like a good move to me. And do I need rook across to guard here and then try and push possibly? Well, queen forward's not a move I considered, so we could just grab a pawn. But knight down or takes, I just simply take back. I could still go here and hit the knight and try go for this one instead. Knight in feels a bit unnecessary, doesn't it? Let's just take this pawn. Got to pay attention here. What's he going to try and do? Fly down the board, maybe? I mean, bishop up could be a move. I just don't want my defense to collapse. Yeah, that's exactly what he's done. So I assume I need bishop up here. He'll have to go here. Or I can just play queen across instead. Then he either trades the queen. Actually, the queen has to trade or he's trapped. So this has to be winning. It looks like the queen's got no escape routes anywhere unless you actually trade. You could leave the queen where it is. And we can just do the taking, but we're up material. We've got a better position, so it's good to trade into an endgame. So bishop up. Oh, he just pushes a pawn forward, so we can ignore that, I think, and just prepare to march. Yeah, pawn forward stops the knight going back. Maybe just bring our king up a little bit closer. Bishop guards here. Okay, there. I can collect another pawn. Maybe just, like I say, bring the king a little bit closer, not too far away from the pawns and the rook. At some point we can do this, but it doesn't feel like the time is right. So I'm just going to step up. The bishop guards here. Just got to figure out how do we launch one. So here, bishop across to try and restrict the knight seems sensible, but my pawn would be loose then. So here first, I don't like. So here, knight up, bishop up. Yeah, I think just king forward. Then bishop to attack the knight here seems sensible. That's good. He has got knight here. I just got to be sensible. Rook across. Takes, and if you take my rook, I actually queen. So rook across could be a serious move here. So bishop up, knight down. He attacks the rook, he attacks the pawn. 2 attack it, 1 defend, but I've still got rook across. But is simply rook up just better then? What about rook up? Just stop this in its tracks. We cover these squares. It seems nice, doesn't it, actually? Rook's guarded by the pawn. We stop the knight jumping forward. Then bishop to h3. So what have we got? 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6 pawns against 3. So we're 3 pawns up, so it should be winning, other things equal. Barring a mouse slip, a bad blunder, or the clock and so on. Right, so the king's come forward. So bishop up, we threaten to take. Again, I still don't see any reason not to stick to that plan. Just hit the knight. We're preparing to try and march forward. Just keep marching forward. And rook across is a little bit easy to play now as well. Take, and this rook is guarded, at least for a move. Okay, so he has gone backwards, so can we not just simply push now? Or is that actually a mistake? Bishop in really clamps the knight, doesn't it? I'm going to play that first, because the knight then can't go anywhere without me trading. He's really bogged down, so he has come forward. So I'm really happy just to trade that off. Goes with the rook, couldn't go with a pawn because of the pin. So I assume I just push on here now, and this should be really good, really solid for us. We just still got to pay attention, make sure we're not being sloppy. You can't push the pawn this move because of the pin, but you might get it in another move. So king up, or maybe the king this way. Alright, king forward, so he's broken the pin, so pawn forward is a move now. So do I need king up to guard, or do I need pawn forward? I feel like I need pawn forward. Then we've potentially got rook up, or maybe I'm allowing king in now. Actually, why did I do that? I mean, I can maybe just take this pawn. I'm still better, aren't I? I've got rook up here. Take, rook takes, just king up. Everything should be winning. Yeah, let's just take and keep it simple. Oh, he's gone with the king as well. I'll just take another pawn then. So I've got 4 extra pawns, so I should be able to win this. It doesn't mean I will, but I should be able to. So I guess here we just come back and guard again. Rook across, doesn't matter what he does. We're very happy to trade anything off because it's a winning endgame. So here, no, let's go forward. I know he gives him rook down, but we can just run and this is guarded. And now I can pin the rook. Doesn't matter if I lose that pawn, everything gets traded off, it's winning. Now I just run the pawns on both sides of the board. And obviously the king can't stop them all. Okay, now we just run. Okay, we managed to get a win, but not a bad effort by my opponent there. Let's see what it was in engine speak. So we just pause so we don't accidentally start another game. Right, so we've actually played 53 moves. They're the move times for both players. So let's see what it was in engine language. You see this opening is the ready accepted. We're white for this game, but if you're black and you want to flip the board, just use that menu button there. Okay, so we played 94% versus 88% accuracy, CPL 17 and 37. Got a few little blips in the opening here, and move 10 is where we've then just built an advantage up. So I'll just flick through the first 10 moves. Well, this is all standard. But yeah, it's out of the opening here. When we take back, I think knight f6 is maybe the more principled move, but you don't have to. Nothing wrong with e5 as well. It's just knight f6, g3. It gives you queen d5 and you can force an endgame. But it's supposed to be still good for white. So yeah, so was it okay to take in? Now the engine is saying, you know, go a little bit slower, develop your knight first instead of taking with your bishop and allowing your opponent to get rid of your bishop. But he didn't actually take. So this is all okay. And obviously from this point on, we're just building a gradual advantage. So here you should have gone to b5 instead of f5. But it just gives us another development move. We can just basically get a free tempo pushing the pawn forward, then the bishop. Then here I took a little bit of a risk with f4 because our bishop's not got many squares to go to, but right now we can trade if we have to. Yeah, and here drop your knight back instead of allowing it to be captured. Then we won another pawn here. And in this position, you can spot that the queen's got no safe squares to be able to run away to anywhere. So we're able to get the queen off the board. It takes a lot less risk out. We're up material, so it's good principle for us to follow. And we just keep collecting some pawns, restrict the black position, get material off the board, and obviously try to avoid sloppy blunders, and it should be a win. In this position, obviously, the king's not going to stop all in pawns. So it is what it is, but it wasn't a bad effort by my opponent, was it? Especially considering the rating. Gabby still played a pretty good game there, so well done.